Hey guys, it's Lisa here and welcome back to another What's for Dinner video. So tonight, and I'm going to be making some easy beef stew. So what I have here is 2 pounds of stew meat, and then I'm just putting some flour on it and just kind of coating the meat. Now I'm going to add it to my pot. So my meat is starting to fry. So it should look something like that. So to this, I am going to add 4 cups of beef broth. So I picked up one of these seasoning packets. So now I'm going to add the seasoning in here. Now we're going to bring this to a boil. Over here, I have a 1.5 cups of celery that I cut up like this. I have a 1.5 cups of carrots, and I added 1 cup of chopped up white onion, probably about 1 pound of red potatoes. I'm going to bring this up to a boil, and I'm going to cover it and then reduce the heat and let it cook and simmer for about 45 minutes. Okay, so my 45 minutes are up. I didn't have a lid, so I had to use one of these. It's been simmering for 45 minutes, and I kind of just come in here once in a while and stir it. So here I have all those vegetables I cut up earlier. I just threw them in a bag. So I'm just going to add them in here. Okay, so once you add your vegetables, you're just going to simmer it for about an hour, just basically until your beef and your vegetables are nice and tender. Alright guys, so here is my beef stew. I let it cook for an hour after I put the vegetables in without the lid. And this is what it looks like. So now we're just gonna serve it up. So for dinner tonight, we're going to be making some fried catfish nuggets and some sides. So first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna chop up some parsley. I'm gonna need it twice in my dish. So in here, I'm gonna steam some rice. So to this, I'm going to add some of that parsley. I'm gonna add a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper, and a little bit of lemon pepper, and then I'm going to put it to cook. You want to grab a big bowl, something like this. To this bowl, you're going to add a 1.5 cups of buttermilk, a 1/4 cup of your hot sauce of choice. Let me go ahead and just mix that up. And then to this, you're going to add 2 pounds of catfish nuggets. They come in different size pieces. I already buy them cut up like this from my grocery store. So now we're going to go ahead and cover it up. We're going to stick this into the refrigerator for about 30 minutes to marinate while we get everything else ready. So while your catfish is marinating in the fridge, you want to go ahead and grab a pot or a skillet. I'm going to use something like this. And to this, I'm going to be adding some oil. So we're going to let this heat up. We want it to reach between 340 and like 350. You're going to want to grab a shallow dish. So I added a 1.5 cups of cornmeal. And now I'm going to add 1/2 cup of all-purpose flour. So in this little bowl, I have kosher salt, lemon pepper, onion powder, garlic powder, black pepper, cayenne pepper, and paprika. I'll go ahead and link everything down below. So we're going to combine it in here. So here we have a bowl. So to this bowl, we're going to be making our Remouldade sauce. I'm not too sure if I said that correctly. But to this, we're going to add 1/2 cup of mayonnaise, a tablespoon of Dijon mustard. And in this little ramekin, I have Cajun seasoning, which I just used what I had on hand, which was this. Some cayenne pepper and some paprika. We're going to add a 1.5 tablespoons of freshly squeezed lemon juice. We're going to use 2 teaspoons of hot sauce. We're going to add 1 tablespoon of Worcestershire sauce. Here's our tablespoon of our minced parsley. And then we're just going to add a little bit of pepper and a little bit of salt. Now we're just going to combine that. So I'm going to put some foil on it. I'm going to stick it into the fridge. I always like to start with the bigger pieces first. Place it in here. Dinner's ready. Let me go ahead and plate it up. We have some fish here. Some fish here. Just like this. And then here is that Remouldade sauce that I made. So here's my rice. Add it here. Just like that. So this is what we're gonna have for dinner tonight, guys. Hope you guys give it a try. Hey guys, so for dinner tonight we're going to be making some herb roasted chicken. So what I'm doing here is I am using the leftover vegetables that I had in my fridge already. So these are the last of the 4 potatoes for my beef stew. I had 1 russet potato left over. These were the last 3 stalks of celery that I had, so I just went ahead and just roughly kind of chopped them up. And then I have some carrots as well that I want to use up so nothing goes to waste. So after you've cut up your vegetables, you want to grab a bowl. And into this bowl, you're going to add all your cut up veggies. And then you're going to add about 2½ of smashed garlic cloves. And then to your vegetables, you're going to add some salt. And some pepper. And then you're going to add 3 tablespoons of olive oil. And then you're just going to coat it in here. Right, so you want to go ahead and grab your casserole dish or a roasting pan. Today I'll be using one of these. You're going to add your vegetables to the pan. Okay, and then to this we're going to add 3 sprigs of rosemary. Just kind of place it in there. And we're going to add 2 lemon slices in here. All right, let's set this to the side. So here's our chicken. I place it on top of my casserole pan. That's how you tuck it in. I unfortunately do not have twine so that I can wrap his little legs. Okay, so in here you're gonna salt and pepper it. So inside the cavity of the chicken, we're going to add some chopped onion, 1 slice of lemon, which I went ahead and cut in half. And then 3 cloves of garlic, and we're going to use about 4 sprigs of rosemary. In the beginning I went ahead and minced up some garlic and some rosemary, and I put it into this little dish. Over here I have a stick of butter that I've had just sitting out on the side like to room temperature. We're going to grab a bowl and we're going to add that in here. Go ahead and add some pepper and some salt, and we are going to mash it and combine it, make some herb butter, and we're going to separate the skin from the body. And the rest of the butter you're going to add it to the top. It would look prettier if I had some twine. Salt and some pepper. Alright, so I'm going to stick this into a 400-degree preheated oven. I let it go for about 1 hour and 45 minutes in a 400-degree oven, but I do have this little contraption to help me reach it to 165 degrees. So I'm going to let it sit there for a little bit, and I'm going to work on the gravy. Now, really quick, I am not the best at making gravy. Sometimes it comes out well, sometimes it doesn't. It's just a matter of luck. So what I'm going to do is I am going to add just a little bit of oil. We're going to grab some of that drippings. Yay, my gravy's coming out.
That gravy look good too, with carrots in it.
With carrots in it. Let's add some pepper to this. A little salt. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and put that to the side. Here's my chicken. I just didn't like that it didn't roast here, but it's okay, it's still good. We're gonna grab some of those vegetables. I'm gonna put it here. we're gonna grab our chicken. So here it is, and this is what we're gonna have for dinner tonight, guys. So for dinner tonight, we're gonna be making a green enchilada soup, and we're gonna make it in the crock pot. So to this, you're gonna add 2.5 pounds of chicken breast. So we're gonna add the chicken in here. Alright, and then you're gonna add 28 ounces of green chile enchilada sauce. I'm gonna be using mild, so I'm gonna add that in here. And then you're gonna add 24 ounces of chicken broth into the crock pot. So after you've added everything, you're gonna put the lid on it and you're gonna cook it on low for about 6 to 8 hours. I'm gonna come back in 6 hours just to check to see how tender the chicken is. So my 6-hour mark is up, and I'm gonna come in here and pull out the chicken, and I'm gonna shred it. Now we're going to add our shredded chicken back into the crock pot. Now we're gonna add 4 ounces of cubed cream cheese. And then you're gonna get 2 cups of Monterey Jack cheese. And you're gonna just pour it in here. And then you're gonna get 8 ounces of heavy cream. You're just gonna pour that in there. A jar of your salsa verde, which is about 7-8 ounces. It should start to look something like this. So then we're gonna put the lid back on, and basically what we're waiting is for the cheese to melt. So then what I like to do is I like to add some cilantro. We're gonna add it in here. So once I added the cilantro, I'm just gonna kind of mix it in there. So then this is basically ready to serve. So this is how it looks. You can still see the cream cheese. It usually takes a while to start melting, but this is what we're gonna have for. I'm gonna serve it in a bowl, and I'm gonna add some like tortilla chips.